Let's start with something simple. Golden Week. China shuts down for a week. Markets thin out. Liquidity drops. And what did everyone say? Oh, here it comes. Metals are gonna dump. Because for years, and I mean years, that's how the script has played out. Thin liquidity, crush the paper price. Is China offline? Smash it. It's a holiday season? Hit it hard. Everyone knew the routine. And this time, it didn't happen. That right there is the story. We've created a generation of Pavlovian traders. Ring the bell, and they salivate. It's a holiday? They expect a smash. A Fed meeting, you say? Expect another smash. A strong dollar? Smash. A weak dollar? Smash anyway. Good news? Smash. Bad news? Smash it harder. For over a decade, that conditioning worked. And now, that bell rang and nothing happened. This is what a regime change looks like. When markets spend years conditioning participants to behave one way, and then the pattern breaks. The people who were trained to wait for the correction, they're still waiting. They're calling for, oh, we have to test $50. We have to retest the breakout. This always corrects. Always? Careful with that word. The train doesn't always retest the platform. Sometimes it leaves. And if you've been trained to wait for the pullback, you miss the move. And this isn't about chasing price. It's about recognizing when the structural environment changes. Because this isn't just about Golden Week. It's about something much bigger. Most of us didn't come into precious metals to get rich. We came because something felt wrong. And I mean very wrong. Go back to 1964. Minimum wage was $1.25 an hour. 5 silver quarters. Real money. That silver still holds value. The dollar didn't. Then, 1971. Nixon closes the gold window. That was the moment. That's when the tether snapped. That's when discipline ended. And what followed? Devaluation. Not just inflation. Devaluation. Little by little, one income used to support a family. Now, 2 incomes struggle. Products shrink. Quality declines. Shrinkflation. Inshitification. They chip away quietly. And the media says, inflation is under control. Prices are stabilizing. Look around. Does it feel under control? 2008. This was the turning point. Failure should cleanse excess. That's capitalism. If you make catastrophic bets, you go under. But instead, losses were socialized. Risk was transferred. Failure was rewarded. They printed. They diluted. They bailed out the worst actors in the system. And yes, they quote unquote paid it back. But they paid it back after the currency was diluted. That's not repayment in real terms. That's survival through debasement. And now you have a generation saying capitalism failed. But what they experienced was not capitalism. It was a managed system. Too big to fail, too connected to collapse, too systemic to discipline. True capitalism allows failure. We haven't had that. We've had protection for the top, and dilution for everyone else. When money is created, it doesn't rain evenly. It enters at the top. Banks, hedge funds, asset owners, they touch it first. They deploy it before prices adjust. By the time it trickles down, prices have already risen. That's the Cantillon Effect. That's not conspiracy. That's monetary mechanics. Now, bring it back. Golden Week didn't break metals because this isn't a liquidity story anymore. This is a confidence story. Confidence in currency, confidence in fiscal discipline, confidence in whether the system can withstand the next shock. And increasingly, markets are pricing that risk differently. There is a large crowd waiting for $50 an ounce silver, waiting for the flush, waiting for the correction that always happens. And maybe one comes, markets breathe. But what if the retest never goes deep enough? What if the breakout holds? What if the Pavlovian conditioning was based on a regime that no longer exists? You don't buy metals because they go up every week. You buy them because monetary discipline broke. You buy them because moral hazard was rewarded. You buy them because failure was socialized. You buy them because since 1971, the tether is gone. And when conditioning stops working, that's when you know something bigger is happening. Golden Week didn't cause a smash. It broke a pattern. And sometimes breaking the pattern is the signal. The bell rang, the dogs didn't drool, and the train didn't come back to the station.